Hey everyone, so this is the follow-up video where I'll be testing my backlog of games for driver stability on 22.8.1 with a Gigabyte RX 6700 XT gaming OC. As you can see here, these are my specs, the driver version, the CPU 5600X, and the Windows 11 21H2. It's the latest build, like all up to date of Windows 11. And I'll just stress for anyone that missed my Radeon driver stability video where I went on a little bit of a rant and described all the fixes I've done to get my system running smoothly. If you've missed it, the main fix that I've done is under performance tuning. When I went into if the GPU is set to default, when I would go into custom tuning and enable GPU tuning to see what the 100% max frequency was, my driver and my card's BIOS was defaulting to like 2680 megahertz, which is above my advertised clock speed. And I believe that's why I was getting driver crashing and all sorts of instability. I had black screens, I've had all of the stuff a lot of people complain about. And the only reason my card runs stable is because I've tweaked it. So I just wanted to stress that this is not out of the box performance. This is tweaked stability. And what else can I show you here? And to see the actual, boost clock up to 2622 for my exact model of card, the Gigabyte Gaming OC version. So yeah, it was defaulting up at 2680, and even if it's just 50 megahertz higher than the advertised clock, if I run that 2680 at 1200 MV, I get crashes just randomly, like, browsing and things like that. And also because I bumped the minimum, I think that helps too, to some degree, rather than running at the default, which is down at 500. Especially when you're alt-tabbing, you got to remember, like, when you alt-tab, you're also adjusting the load and the clock's going up and down. I believe that's where the bugs are. Like, that's where, if you're going to get crashes, it's also to do with having really low minimum frequency because your game's still running in the background technically. And when you suddenly have to ramp up and down, there's a lot of programs and stuff that will have issues when you're doing that to the computer, like your system resources and everything. So anyway, without getting too much into that, just look at my previous video if you want to know, a bit more in-depth explanation of all the tweaks I've done. I'm just showing you what I'm running here, so I don't actually need any tuning profile because I've already done my tuning through More Power Tool as a soft mod, so that's through the registry. The tool itself does it through the registry, but yeah. So that's what I've done, and what else? I'll just quickly show under my graphics tab. I do use Radeon Chill, but because I'm running 3440 by 1440 ultra wide, we never really see up to 165 FPS in the majority of games, except the really competitive ones. And the minimum FPS is just slightly above my monitor refresh rate to prevent any tearing and hitching that happens when I leave the mouse idle. So, just when you stop moving and you're reading something like a game, the game has like a tutorial or something, if I set it too low, Radeon Chill will cause like micro stutters and stuff like that. So having it high is better, and then having an even higher setting for max FPS. But you don't need to use Chill. It's just something I use for my own preference for power saving. I don't need it for stability. Okay, and everything else is just pretty much disabled in default. And I also like my Radeon image sharpening turned up to at least 80%, if not 100 for some games, because it does look great. And then under display tab, I've got GPU scaling set to integer, and nothing too special in here. It's not a HDR monitor or anything. And then I do have the AMD noise suppression disabled. And under the, under the performance metrics tab, I've got all the tracking disabled, because it's kind of bloatware. And under tuning, you'll notice I don't have my CPU coming up. It's because I've disabled the Ryzen master integration, which is actually a task that runs in Task Scheduler. So I just wanted to stress that. Those are the main things that I've done. And then I've forced PCIe 3.0 mode to match my max supported motherboard PCIe in the BIOS. So it's forced on 3.0. It doesn't automatically go to 1.1 and 1.0 and stuff like that. And what else? And yeah, make sure you've got two power connectors, two separate cables plugged in for your PCIe power. That's pretty generic. But all these tweaks can apply to basically all the recent Radeon cards, all the 6000 series. So anyway, I'll just show you now. This is just the methodology of the video. Is I'm going to be running one of my recent uploads, the Spider-Man Remastered PC gameplay. I'm going to be running 3 separate browsers with these videos playing in the background to show that hardware acceleration is working fine. And also the settings tabs you can see here, it's enabled, and it's enabled, just so that, no funny business. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to record the whole thing in one take. So I'm going to have an upload of the whole thing. with no editing. And then I'm also going to have a clipped version, which is probably what you're watching right now. The clipped version will still have the timer in the corner, but it's not going to be like every single startup of every game you got to sit through the loading screens and stuff. It's just going to be clipped straight into the gameplay. So that's going to be better for most people. And then optionally, you'll see this link for the uncut video down in the comments. Okay, just to give that transparency. Like, I don't want people thinking, well, he must have had crashes and he just clipped it. Because I know there's, you can be skeptical because there have been a lot of posts about driver issues, and I can't specifically say there's anything wrong with 22.8.1 other than the fact that the aftermarket companies like Gigabyte, ASUS, and all that, their BIOSes do seem to have aggressively high clock speeds instead of the advertised clock speeds. And that's just my own anecdotal. Like, I actually tried downloading a few BIOSes from Tech Power Up. They've got a BIOS repository. And when I looked up what's in those BIOSes, I saw the max frequency was set too high on almost all of them. And so what that means is some people with good quality silicon will have no issues. And then some people that have slightly lower quality silicon, they're running above the advertised clocks of the car and it's not stable. And the Radeon driver cannot do all the work on its own, because it's got to handle the frequency differences between a range of all the aftermarket, all the 6000 series GPUs from all the different manufacturers, all the different add-in board partners. So just to get that out of the way, and we're going to get into it now. Basically, I'm going to try to play these with low volume, but I'm going to turn my mic off. I'm not going to talk through the whole thing. I'm just going to go through each game. I'll show you the settings really quick at the start of each gameplay clip, and I'll just play like a few minutes each. It's not going to be like a really, really long one. It's just more to show that hardware acceleration is working fine in the back, and these games are running fine. So the first one is going to be Just Cause 4, and let's get into it.
mobilization. All units, level 4 mobilization. Location, Fisk Tower.
Fisk.
All units, level 4 mobilization. Location, Fisk Tower.
Fisk.
SWAT is 1084 at Fisk Tower. SWAT is 1084 at Fisk Tower. Warrant is en route. Stand by. Warrant is en route.
Whoa!
Captain Watanabe. Captain Watanabe. We're at this tower, but still waiting. We're at this tower, but still waiting on the fun. Mind if I join in on the fun? You don't have to go by bar. Come on, Yuri. Come on, Yuri. You really want to help? You head want to help? Sounds like you guys are trying to keep my back up. You guys are trying to keep my back up.
Almost there. You got it. Almost there.
Captain Watanabe.
Taking it down yet?
No, we're at this tower, but still waiting on the warrant.
Mind if I join in on the fun?
Don't have a
Better wrap this up quick and get to my real. Better wrap this up quick.
We have target target. Now.
Hello?
Parker, where are you? You must run through the demonstration at least once before the grant committee arrives.
Sorry. Yes. Demons up. I'll be in soon. Promise. Better wrap this up quick and get to my real job.
There are 3 other people here, son.
Oh, good. You can count. I bet they'll come back now.
Sales ain't gonna solve nothing. Anyway, I think this building's on fire. Maybe we should get moving.
There's a mall to a back station not too far from here. I bet that chopper's headed.
Killing these things. Is that a bottle of puke? Puke in the hole! Heads up! I have no idea what that noise is.
Watch out! Okay, Yuri, all done.
Damn it, elevator's out.
All done. Almost done.
Hey. Well, they die like anything else. Throwing a pipe bomb. That can't be a bottle of puke, is it? I'll hold on to these pills. Puke in the hole!
Where that put you at? Attacking range. All right now. Back in business.
Thanks. Okay. Snap.
That's all of them. Come on, come on! Come on, come on! They shut the elevators down! Take the stairs! Shut the elevators down! Take the stairs! I prefer a more direct approach. I prefer a more direct approach.
Spider-Man, status. Spider-Man, status.
Nobody turns on the elevators.
Our choppers are taking fire. Our choppers have fire on every floor. Fisk has armed men on every floor.
They shut the elevators down! Take the stairs!
Not yet. We just picked up chat. Not yet. We just picked up chat. They're wiping that their data, so you gotta put them away for
Hello, I'm Arif Iqbal, and you're watching WNS News. New details have emerged on the attempted abduction of Hanako Arasaka at the Arasaka-sponsored Dashi Parade. Early accounts first reported that the assailants struck as the parade was in full swing. They overwhelmed and seized control of the Arasaka Heiress's parade platform. Fortunately, Arasaka's security forces, under the personal direction of Yorinobu Arasaka, quickly tracked down the abductors and secured Hanako-sama.
Hold him so he can't jump! Hold him so he can't jump!
How exactly do you think this ends well for you? Love you too!
Destroy all the evidence. There we go. It's like my own private vengeance. This may be a dirty grievance. Hurry up. You want everything away. Hurry up. You want everything away. Any bad witness, destroy all the evidence. I should look for a sneaky way.
Halfway there. Be another minute. Halfway there. Think you know where we are? Think you know where we are? Is this tech support? Is this tech support? Maybe a dirt.
Says the guy frantically erasing his search history.
Look around you. Look around you.
But that's part of my job.
The scum I kept in check. The scum I kept in check. Your friend. Your fault.
Been a long, tough road, Finn.
Get past him.
Almost
Destroy
at the
everything.
end. Almost at the end.
soldado de Aragorn. En cualquier lugar.
Some of your guys want this. They were Willie's last line of defense. Good news is, they were Willie's last line of defense. I'm right outside his office.
Now. Take it down. Now.
With pleasure.
状況を詳しく説明して。
Take it out the trash!
I'm almost there. Blocks away.
Guess I'll just do it myself.
No, don't. It's not safe. Gotta love Doc's enthusiasm, but sometimes it gets him into trouble. Better get there before he hurts himself.
Brecken is so desperate he's ready to deal with the devil himself, Rise. And since I'm supposed to determine whether or not Rise is the one who stole the GRE's secret document, well, this is the perfect opportunity.
Rise sees everything. Don't forget that.
Crane, can you hear me?
Jade? Yeah, I copy. Something wrong?
No, it's... Listen, Crane, we all appreciate what you're doing. And I know you're doing it to redeem yourself. Because Amir died saving your life.
Look, I'm doing it because if we don't get Antizin from Rise, people will start to die.
You know, I met Amir right after the outbreak. I didn't know him for that long, but... he was the best, most decent man I've ever known. But I just want you to know that I don't blame you. Amir took a risk. And Crane, we know that you too are taking a risk to do this for us.
Look, Jade, we'll talk when I get back with the Antizin, okay?
Okay. Just come back in one piece, all right?
It's fine, Parker. I invented this equipment.
It's fine,
I think
Parker.
I can handle
I
it.
invented this equipment. I think I can handle it. I'm sorry I'm late. Power damper. Power damper. Man. Maybe we should abort. Maybe we should abort. Maybe we should abort.
Not yet.
Spike, it's Crane. There's a building here covered in quarantine tape. You know what it is?
I sure do. You were looking at the original quarantine Ground Zero. The first infected were moved there from the hospitals when the outbreak started. Things fell apart pretty quick.
Is anyone
and the building was abandoned.
Is anyone hurt?
It's chock full of biters.
Is anyone hurt?
But it's also chock full of supplies. Even Ryzen people haven't been able to crack it.
It doesn't smell very positive.
I assure you in the next phase. I assure you in the next phase.
Let's not
I
get
assure
ahead
you
of
in the next
ourselves.
phase.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Is there somewhere else we can discuss this? Somewhere else we can discuss this? Is there somewhere else we can discuss
Maybe you should
this?
take the rest of the day off, Peter. Maybe you should take the rest of the day off, Peter.
We'll talk
Maybe you should take the rest of the day off,
We'll
Peter.
talk later. We'll talk later. That was a disaster. That was a disaster. Damn Earth. That was a disaster. I failed. No docs that take the day off. No docs that take the day off. To figure out what. No docs that take the day off. I have to figure out what went wrong. You are in bad shape, little guy. You are in bad shape, little guy. You are in bad shape, little guy. Let's see what's wrong with you. Circuit board. If I had been here to do the pre-check, I would have caught this.